What are your top stocks for 2025?
Uh-oh.
I think Amazon is my favorite of the mega caps. Okay.
Touchdown.
Yeah. Amazon's Anthropic investment is that's their AI push. Amazon is very uniquely positioned to move AI from the realm of something people talk about into the realm of something people actually utilize in their day-to-day lives. Amazon Web Services is the largest cloud, and they have the most customers, and they are going to be pushing AI through the cloud to the end user and actually earning a return on that investment. And I think that that part of the story is not quite as well understood as it could be. Amazon has not been a top performing stock over the last couple of years. It's certainly trailed the returns of many of the other mega caps. But I think they're really hitting their stride. They didn't have Jeff Bezos as the CEO. They have Andy Jassy. And Andy Jassy was kind of known to Wall Street because he's been in Amazon since the 90s. He was Jeff Bezos's right-hand man. So Andy Jassy was the guy that every meeting Jeff went into, Andy walked into the room with him and just sat there listening. And then the meeting would end and Jeff would walk out into the hall or into the parking lot and he would say, Andy, what did you hear? What do you think? Like, that's the level of Jassy's involvement in Amazon since the 90s. People are underestimating how sharp this guy is, but that's starting to change. Amazon ripped in the second half of last year, but if it just recently eclipsed the 2021 high, it's got a lot of room to run and a lot of levers to pull to increase profitability and create shareholder wealth. So of the seven, that's the one that I am counting on for the most upside surprises possible. Doesn't mean it'll work. Doesn't mean it'll happen. Just my opinion.
All right, this is where I give you your flowers. This is the moment. So we wait. So early in 2024, obviously watching you every afternoon, giving your feedback on some of the stocks. One that you talked about is in an industry that I wasn't even looking at, and that's the restaurant business. And it came in restaurant tech. I want to talk about Toast. What you saw in it in 2024, obviously it had 100. The stock itself appreciated 100%. We had some option calls on it, did much more than that. What do you see for Toast in 2025? For those who are not familiar, think of Squire. If you ever had men's hair grooming, where you can get your appointment from your phone, it's kind of like that in QuickBooks together for the restaurant business. What are your thoughts for the restaurant tech and specifically Toast?
So I'm not in the stock currently. It had a huge run. I put in a stop loss to protect my profit. It recently fell through that stop loss in the recent selling that we've had in the market. So my current position in the stock is flat, but it is a name that's on my radar. It's probably a name that I'll revisit. I'm still following the company very closely. And I think there's a couple of reasons why it worked last year. The first is the expectations were non-existent. It kind of came public at the wrong time into that like bubbly time of 2020 and 2021. And a lot of those stocks got left for dead. And I think Toast got lumped in with like this whole Cathie Wood, unprofitable tech companies, and people just lost interest. And this stock fell into the teens. And that's when I first started getting interested in it because I see it everywhere I go. Like every coffee shop, bakery, restaurant, they hand you the thing to pay the check. It's Toast, 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 Toast. So I was like, why does this have a teenager stock price, but it has this massive presence, like stadiums everywhere? Like, what is the disconnect? The disconnect was that they weren't profitable yet. And if you listened to what the company was saying, it was deliberate. It's not that they didn't want to earn money. It's that they're in a land grab moment right now, and land grabs don't last forever because there's other payment processors. There's Clover, and there are non-restaurant companies that are also want to be in the restaurant space. So Toast decided we're going to pursue customer growth. We're going to pull out all the stops until we get like a certain market share in some of these key markets, and then we'll worry about profitability. That was the wrong playbook for 2022 and 2023. People didn't want to hear hear that shit. They want like that we had this year of efficiency and Zuckerberg cut all these jobs and like everybody was focused on, all right, we're profitable. And Toast was going in the wrong direction. It ended up paying off though, if you got into the stock in 23 or in early 24, because they had gotten to almost 1 million businesses as customers during this period of time. And then all of a sudden, when they hit a certain market share in a given geographic area, the rest takes care of itself. It's a flywheel effect. The restaurant owners see their competitor using it, so then they make a call and they start using it. Once Toast becomes your payment processor as a restaurateur, the next thing that happens is they have a meeting with you and they say, there's 100 other things we could do to help your business become more profitable.
Yeah.
It's a shitty industry. No, like everybody struggles in the restaurant business. Even the most successful people struggle with costs, with labor costs, with food costs, with marketing, with customer loyalty, on and on and on and on. What Toast is able to do is cross-sell all of these other services and bundle these things together. And once they have a restaurant using 6 or 7 of their different software services, that's it. It's like Salesforce. You can't get them out if you tried. So I really love that aspect where they're using payments as a Trojan horse to really become like a CRM for, and you know, these are mom and pop restaurants, but then there's also like they did an enterprise level deal with Marriott. Every restaurant in every Marriott is running Toast now. Yeah. So like, I love that story. The stock worked, it doubled. So I did well there. I'm out of it currently, but I still think it's a great story. And if it falls back into the low 30s, I'll probably reload.
Yeah, that stock really quickly when you're talking about doing the research. So listening to you talk about it, I did the research, and that stock led me to Kava, right?
Oh, sweet. Okay.
They were
I missed that one.
They were using it exclusively. So it's like that's the payment processor they're using inside their business. And obviously we talked about it a couple of weeks ago about the debt structure there. I mean, that's how sometimes research can lead you to new opportunities as well.
I missed the Kava's like the Chipotle of like Spanish food or something.
Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Okay. I spaced on that. I didn't even look at it. And then I watched it run and I just, oops. Yeah. Can't own them all.